Okay. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Just doing a lot of different things right now with the XSplit broadcaster that I use. I'm trying to actually learn it a little bit better. So if you guys just bear with me for a second. Um, yeah, I'm trying to be able to do a number of things at once. One of the things I want to do is I want to do more simul streaming where I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time because I want to have Twitch. I want to have some content for Twitch, and because some people have asked me to do that, and they want to see stuff on Twitch. When I say some people, that's like one person, but that's okay. I mean, I do that. So I am going to do my deal here. I really know nothing about Twitch. Um, so I am going to edit this. Yeah, I don't even really understand the format. Um, but yeah, let's call this Painting Ninja All Stars Kappa and Shojo. Okay, and we're streaming Ninja All Stars. That's good to me. And let's call that done. Oh, Facebook a supported game. It's not a supported game. It's just, there we go. Okay, so now I can turn the Twitch on. There we go. Okay, and we should be up on Twitch here momentarily. And then, okay, so I think we're live on Twitch. Let me go ahead and share. Recording stream. Share my stream. Okay, and we're gonna go to Twitter and we're gonna go painting live now. Okay, so we're gonna share that. We're gonna close that. And then I want to see if this, I need to check to see if this chat actually, these chat widgets work on XSplit. So I'm gonna go over to YouTube and open the comment section the way I normally would. And see if there's any comments on it. Yeah, so I have no comments right now, it doesn't look like, but I'm gonna leave that open for a bit while we figure out, how this is all gonna work. Okay, so let me tell Dizzy that we're on. She said please let her know if she's still awake. I'm on now. Here we go. And let's drink some things and let's talk some things. So yeah, tonight. I know we're kind of doing a series of test things, and you can see that my screen is divided out a little bit because I have two different chat app extension things going. One is YouTube chat on the bottom, and then on the right there I have the Twitch chat. So the idea is Turtle Power. Okay, cool. So now I can see that the YouTube chat, that actually works, which is nice. So now I don't have to watch YouTube on that screen. But we'll see if anybody comments on Twitch or not. And then I don't know. The one thing I don't like about this is it would be better for me if I didn't have to see. Well, I need more real estate on the actual screen. Like, I don't want you guys to have to deal with Turtle Power happens. Okay, so it looks like both streams or both of the widgets work. which is cool. So what I can do then is, I'm sorry, I'm going to resize some stuff. Try to make this, because I don't have a lot of, oh, thanks, Albert. Um, like, I don't get a lot of chat going on, so I think I want to have the chat going on, but I also want to have as big a viewable screen as possible. Yeah, I appreciate that you're helping me out. I wonder if there's a better way to do the aspect ratio here. I think if I, no, because I want, that's pretty good. If I did that, right? If I did that, then this can, actually, why don't I just do that? Just do that and leave the two comment sections this way. That way we can see, you guys still get a lot of the viewable screen. Uh-oh. Hold on. That way you guys get a lot of the viewable screen. Actually, let's put Twitch down at the bottom, because Twitch, I really don't have the kind of following on Twitch too. Or maybe I want it on the other side here. Yeah, because I'm rarely off. The way the camera's set up, I'm rarely off on this side, so I should move that there, right? That'll be the YouTube comments, which are actually a little bit, they should actually have more real estate. And then, and then Twitch will go here underneath it. There we go, right? And then this will come all the way out. There. How's that? Better? Better? Good? Good? Okay. Anyway, I like that quite a bit. So that means now I don't really have to have the comment section open on my giant monitor. I will still use that for like when we stream games from here, because it's just going to be easier than me looking. Actually, no, I could probably just look down. I just have so much on the on screen for the games that I really don't want to mess with that. So for those of you who are quite familiar with XSplit tips and tricks, greatly appreciated. I'm a total noob at it, even though I've been using the product for about a year now. I just really haven't done anything with it. It's the issue. So tonight we're going to just do some painting on the Kappa here. So here's the Kappa. And then we also going to work on Shojo a bit too. Shojo is just awesome. I just love her. Like, her expression is just amazing. So anyway, let's get to it. Let's go with the Kappa, because I need to do a little more more of that glazing and washing and stuff to get that down to where I want it. Okay. So if you're just joining us, welcome to Play It Painted Live. Let us know you're painting or what you should be painting. Tonight we are doing some Ninja All-Stars, just as kind of a change up to things, and we are really just whoa, relax, there it goes. And we're really just trying to improve the quality of the content on here. Darth Torlin says, Flickerster Creep Love. Thank you, Darth Torlin. Okay. And the other thing that's cool about this, I noticed, like watching, because I watch Dizzy Angel Demons, her live streams, is you can actually see when your comments are up. So that way you can kind of know how the timing is working with delays. I know on her stream, she has had some issues with comments loading really, really slow. So, sometimes we're talking about things that she may have been talking about like, 10 minutes ago or something like that. GANs, I don't even know what GANs Nat 20 is, but okay. But yeah, again, I totally appreciate you guys helping out here with this kind of stuff, because it's, this kind of stuff is what has been giving me headaches for a very long time, and I want to continue to do a little bit, do better and better for this channel and for you guys, So I want to be able to say that our channel is improving, and that we are, uh, providing some content that you guys find enjoyable. So right now I mixed in a little bit of black ink into the green ink glaze that I started last night, and we're just going to use that as this is going to be a little bit more of a shade. Like I want to have more, I want to have the green to go to like kind of a deeper color here. So um, so I'm going to put this over. I'm going to do a really thin coat over the entire model with it, and the idea is to just keep building darker as you go towards the lower parts of the model. Kind of just build that gradient in slowly. A lot of it's already kind of there from the airbrush work the night before. And then if I wanted to do, like if I want to generate more interest in the skin, I might actually include some yellow or some like umber type wash into the skin here. But this looks like it's gonna work. It's gonna make the Kappa a little bit darker, and that's kind of what I want. He was looking a little too ashy the night before. Like there's not much to painting this model at all. So just, airbrush, paint in some details, and then the rest of this is going to be glazing and washing. It's really not a whole lot here. I'm going to take some of this cold gray, and I'm going to mix some white into it. Right, and I'm going to make a highlight for the hair. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. I mean, lately, I know I've been streaming like a crazy amount, and like I've said before, it ultimately doesn't matter to me whether or not I turn the camera on or off, as long as you guys are enjoying it and you wanna continue to watch more painting. I'll just keep streaming, because this is our little island, and if it's ridiculous for me to stream every night, so what? It's good to know, like, you can, if you're bored on an evening or whatever, you can tune in and just catch up on some painting, and hopefully I can be somewhat consistent part of your day. And if you're like, hey, I want to catch some painting or whatever, I just want to hear this guy rant about stuff, because that can be entertaining sometimes. You can feel about that. Blade Wolf is on Twitch. He says, "Oh, you made it an older Kappa." Yeah, it is an older Kappa. He's an old soul, this Kappa. Yeah, but thanks for tuning in, guys. And this is actually quite cool. So I can just have, it probably dilutes my viewership on both platforms, but long term, I do want to have like content that simulcasts like this, because you never know. You know what I mean? You never know if one day YouTube goes down and that it just no longer becomes a viable option, or you never know if maybe even Twitch has an issue, or and then also the other upside to Twitch is that they cover a lot of extra life, so I plan on doing Extra Life stuff as well. Unwill Nerve, no, I don't know that. It's always nice to watch new painting stuff. Well, you know, Darth Turlin, I bet we met at Play It Painted event at CQ. Maybe. I appreciate you guys coming to my events. Yeah. No, seriously. I do have another one on the 21st coming up, and I actually need to paint the mini of the month for that. So I'll actually maybe that'll be my next project after these chibi are done. Although I'm like watching other people paint chibis is like, man, I still have a bunch of cool chibi stuff that I could be painting too. So we'll see. So it's going to take a little while for this ink glaze to dry, but you can see he already has a little bit more depth to him. We're just going to slowly build that up. Okay. And then we also have Shojo here, and we kind of need to do the same thing to the hairs. Albert, I may have forgotten your name, maybe a face, lol. I kind of need to do the same thing here to her. But I probably need to mix in a little more black to this glaze. But let's just, for now, let's just use that there. This should be darker. The skirt looks good, but I need to, you know what, let's mix a little bit more black into that glaze. And then we can start working on more of her skin. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully I can make it to the October 21st event. If not, the Extra Life event. Sweet. Well, I totally appreciate it, man. Really appreciate the support. I need to actually sit down and look at what my raffles are going to be for Extra Life this year. My miniature raffles. I could wait to see, you know, if the sponsors actually come through and send me stuff. But you know, sometimes that takes a little while, so I might be better off, you know, assembling a list of stuff that I currently already have, that I've already kind of earmarked for raffle, and just putting that up as like, here's the initial list, just to try to get more people involved. This year, it seems like I'm having a harder time getting more, you know, getting the kind of support. And I blame myself mostly for that, because I really haven't, this past year, I really haven't campaigned as hard. It's been tough for me to, you know, been really busy at work, and, you know, pick whatever real life excuse you want to use. Um, you know, I've been very busy lately with that kind of stuff. Obviously, with two small boys now, it's a lot harder to, you know, to pull away and do more stuff. I will say this though about the Extra Life stuff that I'll be raffling this year. I do want to have the option of painted or unpainted prizes. In other words, if you win something, if you win something from the online raffle, I'm going to let you choose if you want me to paint it for you, like if you want me to paint it for you, maybe even live or whatever, or um, or if you'd rather just paint it yourself and you're happy just to receive something, because the minis and stuff that I offer, um, a lot of them are like limited edition or limited run figures, and I do that purposely because I want to be able to offer you guys something kind of nice for donating to me. Well, donating to my campaign, I should say. Um, yeah, I want to be able to offer you guys something nice for that kind of stuff. So, you know, I'll probably throw in this year. I'll probably throw in a Tater miniature, maybe a limited edition mist. I'll throw in some Ninja Division stuff because I always like Ninja Division. Um, I'm also going to throw in that Arena Rex Medusa model, which is awesome, awesome miniature. But you know, again, what I'm going to do is these are going to be the online raffles, and I'm going to allow you guys to decide if you want to, um, if you want me to paint them for you. So it'll just be a little added bonus because I don't know what the prize pool is going to look like this year. Uh, but it may actually be smaller than not last year because last year is pretty small. It may actually be smaller than the year before. Probably going to be about the same size and scope as the campaign stuff, the prize stuff from last year. So anyway, let's do. Now we're gonna start painting in. Her skin. This is actually going to be more the base coat, this tanned highlight. So I'm actually going to cover the majority of her using this color. The faces are so good. The chibi faces for SDE and Soda Pop. I would say just, and this is just subjective, my subjective opinion here, but I would say that their faces are absolutely like for me, head and shoulders better than uh, Arcadia Quest or any of the other chibi styles out there. I mean, those other miniatures, like the stuff that Impact does and Mark Maxey and Arcadia Quest, and those are cool miniatures, and they have a lot of really cool sculpts in there. And each one kind of has its unique style. But for me, the Soda Pop ones just have the best faces, and a lot of times they have I think they have the better themes. I think they have better um, more fun stuff going on for them. You know, case in point here, I'm painting a little ninja girl holding a bottle of sake and sitting on a keg. Oh, hey, good evening, Octave. Now, hey, what's up, Nelson? I'm also gonna throw some Batman into the raffle. Um, I'm thinking I'm thinking of throwing in uh, you know, like a Joker starter box or something like that. I'm sure I have something around here. Maybe a Heath Ledger Joker, and then again, you can decide if you want me to paint it for you, or if you just want to opt for the unpainted fig, and I can get that for you. Let's see, unpainted or uh, painted option sounds cool. I'm so glad I have an airbrush now. Such a torture to paint just with a brush. Nice. When I first started painting with an airbrush, I absolutely hated it. I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. I'm like, man, I'm way faster with with a brush than I am with an airbrush. Why am I doing this? And you know, I had to train myself to use that airbrush. And then the cool thing is like once I actually did get used to it, then I was like remarkably faster than I was prior to that. So cool. Um, but yeah, I need to get on the extra life because I need to hit um, you know, I want to be able to hit 200 before the actual live event, and I'm not near that right now. I'm also going to throw in some resin Relic Knight stuff. Um, I have a what's it called? Shoot, I have a Starlancer model, um, which is an awesome fig, and I have that for Relic Knights. It's a resin kit. It's like next to impossible to get right now because all the Relic Knight stuff is frozen essentially. Um, and then I may even throw in like Takawashi minis and that kind of stuff. Just stuff that I consider to be fun, I'll throw in. And then the live event will be, the sponsors for that will be um, Ninja Division, and it looks like it's going to be Ninja Division and uh, IDW. So IDW Games, Ninja Division. I don't think Wargamma is. I don't think James is doing much for Wargamma this year, so I doubt I would see anything from Wargamma. I'll ask him though, and then I'm also going to ask uh, Wild in the Streets, Slow Death Games, to see if they are interested in anything. Because Slow Death Games, they did a cool thing last year. Um, and I may even ask another company. IDW Games, IDW like the comic book publisher. Well, yeah, well IDW they publish comics as well. Isn't the Starlancer thing that big night mech? No, it's not the. Last year I did a Castellan, which was a gigantic piece, which was amazing. And Phil actually ended up winning that, and he was like, "I don't want you to paint it. I want to paint it. It's more fun for me." So he just took an unpainted kit for me, uh, and I still have the. In fact, maybe I should just throw that painted one in. Might as well, huh? Uh, but yeah, IDW is they're gonna be sending me hit 200 in terms of dollars or people. Dollars. I need to hit 200 in terms of dollars, just to, because I want to be at a reasonable point, and I only have about a month, so I really kind of gotta get the campaign in gear. And it's just, I don't know, it's hard for me this year. It's like, man, I have so much to do, and it's like I need to do better for Extra Life, but at the same time, I'm like, man, uh, it's just tough to campaign with everything going on. But I'm trying. We'll see how far we get. It may not be much of a showing this year, but it is what it is. It's okay. Um, Probably am gonna have to really kind of kick up the painting, um, and like put that in overdrive. She's looking pretty good. I want a little bit brighter skin though. So let's see. Either thinking maybe like Caucasian flesh would be good, or youthful flesh is also one of my favorites to do. Damn, dude. Wow, Nelson going big. Nelson's gonna win like half the prizes. But I really do appreciate it. Like just trying to get there, and then be in good shape for the actual event would be nice. Okay. So now this is gonna be the highlight, which is I've mixed some youthful flesh into the tanned highlight. And it's going on a little chalky. I need to thin it out a little bit more. But yeah, Extra Life is going to be a perennial thing for me, I guess. This past year, we had amongst our friends, we had a couple of pretty scary incidents with their babies, and in both their cases, it was Chalk that took care of them, took care of their babies, and like that means a lot. Like I can't even, like my wife and I we think we're good parents, but we just are so scared of stuff like bad stuff happening to our kids. And when we hear about bad things that happen to other kids, it's just like we can't barely even handle it, especially when it's our friends' kids. And a lot of times, like, these aren't just like friends. These are like close friends that, the kind that show up in the hospital after you give birth to your kids, and you go to the hospital when they have theirs. Um, but anyways, we had one of our friends, her little girl was about a month premature, and that's always a scary situation. So so they had her in the the NICU, the newborn ICU, for a few weeks, and she was just terrifyingly small, and you know it was a difficult pregnancy, some complications around the birth. So we have to thank Chalk that that little girl is here, and uh, she's now about to turn. I think no, she did turn 1 a little while ago. So that was super nice to see where how that teeny tiny human being that our friend brought home from the hospital, to see how well she's doing now as a cute little girl is great. And then similarly, we had another incident where one of our friends, her daughter, um, started to feel really sick, like she had a temperature. She had a really high temperature, and she ended up having like multiple seizures, and that's just really probably the most terrifying thing you could go through, is to see your young kid. I'm sorry if this is scaring you, Albert. I know you have a young son. Um, this is just scary, man. I don't even really like talking about this kind of stuff, but to see, her daughter was having these seizures, and she took her to the emergency room, and they ran all these tests, and they basically kept I forget what it's called, basically an EKG essentially strapped to her for like 2 days or whatever. Um, and it's just, man, like, how, and you sit there and you're like, how do you even function? Like, how could I don't even can't even see myself like eating food or sleeping or anything like that. If I was like my kid, I would just be freaked out of my mind. We were like helicopter parents with our firstborn. It was like anything goes wrong, like we take him to uh, the doctor. Like, we ran so many extra tests on him. We ran um, all this stuff every time he got a sniffle or a cold or whatever. Like, we were excessive. Full disclosure, like, we did too much. We should have calmed down a little bit. And thankfully, these hospitals are like aware of, like, hey, first time parents are going to be all about that. Um, the but and each time we've done that, we've taken our kid to a Chalk hospital, like a Children's Miracle Network hospital, and actually where both my sons were born, Saddleback Hospital is also that's also a Children's Miracle Network hospital. So, like I said, we have so I have some particular loyalties there. Yeah, no, it's useful. I think about before Noah was born. I know my money's going to a good cause, and Heath Ledger Joker painted. Yeah, dude, I really appreciate it. That's really awesome. Um, but yeah, it's you know, you just the thing is it's like uh having kids is, I don't know. This may sound awful. You guys may be super mad at me for saying this, but having kids to me is sort of like it for my life anyways. It sort of feels like now I have some skin in the game. You know what I mean? I don't know if that, and I need to. I'm trying to convey this in not sound like a total ignorant or elitist or just a jerk or whatever. But at least for me personally, I used to live my life like I like for myself. Like, I enjoyed taking care of me, and I still do. let's be real here. I'm painting miniatures for fun. Yeah, it helps out a little bit around my house, but ultimately, it's still for fun. Um, but I used to live for that and really kind of just think in terms of more in terms of like the now and and what's gonna bring people the most like temporal relief or the most temporal joy. And then when you have, for me, when I had kids, it's like suddenly I had this investment in the game of life and society and everything. It's like suddenly you're worried. You want the world to be a better, safer place, and um, you want the people around you making wiser decisions, and because you know you have something to lose here. And then even with things like I was talking to a fellow dad this weekend at my kid's birthday party. Um, and what he does is this dad, he builds custom surfboards, right? It's his passion, like it's his dream and it's his passion. Um, and he does custom surfboards. And um, his sister is actually my nanny, um, and who is just an absolutely wonderful human being. And you know, she's just amazing. But anyway, um, kind of through word of whatever, he found out that I do stuff like this, and yeah, it helps us out around the house. It helps us out cover some of the costs of daycare, and it even helped cover some of the costs of buying our house and all this other stuff, right? And he found out about that, and he just thought it was the coolest thing ever. It's like, right? I mean, wow, his here's a guy whose hobby has helped his family out. And you have to, like, for me, I have to treat it that way now. I didn't really care about selling miniatures or doing commissions or anything um, like that. But, when you have some kids, it's like, man, I want to continue to do this, but I don't want to take food away from my kid's plate. You know what I mean? I don't want to take money off the table for my family. I want to do this and be able and still be productive and still be a provider for my family. Is That's kind of what I'm saying. You have kids and now suddenly you're invested and even your tax dollars, like even my tax dollars. I used to be pissed about it before when I was single. I'm like, oh my God, they take like over a third of my paycheck, right? The government takes that, the state of California and the federal government, and then every year they come back and they ask me for more money. It's ridiculous, right? I don't want to get political or anything like that, but it's true. Like I get mad. Then you have kids and you're like, oh my God, I want to be able to feed my kids and they're still taking money from me. The state of California took money from me, like asked for more money. I bought a house and had a kid last year. Like, like I was pissed. Like, are you serious? I had a kid and bought a house. What else am I supposed to do? What do I need to do where I don't owe the state? Like, and you get all wound up and you wonder like, okay, what is the state of California doing with my money? Like, who is benefiting from me taking money away from my kid? It like from taking taking food off the table from my kids, and you get all wound up, and this is where ideologies kind of collide, because people like me who used to be a little more laissez-faire, a little more hey, let's just help everybody out. Suddenly I got some skin in the game. Suddenly I got people that mean more to me than everybody else combined, right? And it's like, okay, it's great that we're doing some goodwill stuff for you, but man, I'm just gonna be real here. I gotta look out for mine. You know what I mean? I gotta take care of my kids, and I gotta give them the best life I could possibly give them. And I think all parents feel that way. Um, Now, a lot of parents kind of temper that with, okay, but we also want to be good human beings and be kind to our neighbors and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm for that too. But then I'm also like, I look, I need my kids to have good things, and I need them to live in a good, comfortable house, and I need them to not worry about, when they're going to eat next. Because, on the real, like my wife grew up poor and she had to worry about stuff like that. And I didn't grow up poor. My dad just treated us like we were poor. So, which is actually a good way of treating your kids in a way, because it makes them appreciate what they have a little bit more. Like when I was a kid, I didn't even realize that my dad was a doctor and that actually meant that we had money. You know what I mean? Like he's a doctor, but you wouldn't have known. Like I, I, I was the youngest, and I was all, I lived off hand-me-downs, and um, every time I wanted a new toy or something, that was a big deal. Like I had to earn that somehow. But I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Anyway, what I'm getting at, my very long, winding rant, what I'm getting at is that your perspective on things, my perspective on things changed a lot when I had kids. And um, and I started to just pay more attention to where my time is going, where my money is going. Is it and what I'm doing, is it beneficial to my family or not beneficial? Is it detrimental to my family? Right? There's some things I can do that are neither beneficial nor detrimental. Um, and those are probably okay. You could argue that maybe they're still detrimental because it's still time away from family. Um, and then there are things that are just like straight up detrimental, right? Like, oh, you know, I'm gonna buy myself uh, a fancier car, or I'm gonna do something like that. I'm gonna buy myself a little sport coupe because I'm going through a midlife crisis, and we can't fit my kids' car seats in there, and I'm gonna drive it around town on Sunday, and hit on 19-year-old girls, like, like that would be super embarrassing, but there's selfish stuff like that you can do. There's stuff like, um, but anyways, I know I'm like all over the place. Um, so on Sunday, this guy was talking to me about, hey, how do you do one of your hobbies? How do you do one of your passions? And um, turn that into something positive for your family, you know? And we started talking about stuff, and I told him, like, you have to kind of weigh it all in. You got to balance it all. Um, it's and sometimes it's even then, it's still not. You still may not be doing your family the best service. You know what I mean? A perfect example of this is like I used to do a ton of gaming conventions. I used to do a lot of gaming conventions. I think my high count was like 13. I did like 13 gaming conventions in a year, one year. Um, this is before kids, obviously. And now after kids, I'm lucky to do one or two conventions a year. Um, and I can kind of justify it a little bit to my wife because I'm like, well, and this is actually a true statement. When I go to a convention, I come home with, at least we'll say $300 to $500 worth of commission stuff, which is kind of nice for a little weekend, a little weekend of gaming, and I get to see my friends and I get to hang out and all that kind of stuff. But even with all of that going on and me hosting games and stuff like that, there usually are people that come up, and I don't even know if this is true anymore, but back then, like a year ago, when I did conventions, I had a certain amount of recognition. Like, oh, there's that guy, we played this game with them last year, and we played this with them this year, and it's awesome. And he has these painted miniatures, and people said that he does commissions because people look for you when you do commissions, and you go to these conventions. Like they'll come seek you out. They're like, hey, I was talking to so and so. They said you do commissions. I'm interested in getting this kind of work done. And so I would always leave a convention with, a couple hundred, few hundred to several $100s worth of commissions. So it was actually profitable for me to go to these conventions. and I would, but when I'm trying to explain that to my wife, she still can't really, it's still very hard to justify because yes, it's more money uh, on the table for us, but it's also 48 hours straight of my boys not seeing me. And there's still, as fun as it is, they still, my oldest especially, like that, it's hard for him. He's it's hard for him when it's hard enough when I travel for work, and he doesn't get to and he doesn't get to see his dad. According to my wife, like he acts up and he's just not the same kid. And so, you know, yeah, you make some money there, but there's still a price being paid no matter what. There's still a price that you pay, and you really have to kind of weigh it out, pros and cons, and decide what is what is really worth it. It's still, and we still have these kinds of conversations, my wife and I. Like, what is really worth it and what isn't really worth it? Because the truth is, there's some middle ground. No, I should not be doing 13 conventions a year, but maybe I can do three. You know what I mean? Maybe I do three conventions a year. No, I don't need to do, uh, you know, two gaming events a month, two like public gaming events a month, but maybe I do three a quarter. You know what I mean? So those are the kinds of things um, that we talk about and kind of negotiate for is, how many, the public gaming things is to me, um, that's another one that I really need to work on because there's a lot of benefit to public gaming. I still get a lot of, I still make a lot of good contacts that way. And then the other thing is maintaining a healthy gaming community, a local gaming community is profitable for me. It is because those are, you know, those are customers of mine. They're also friends of mine, and they know other people that can and it really makes me happy when you know people are when the people behind the counter at Comic Quest are like, oh well, you know, there was some guy came in and he wanted some stuff done, and I gave him your card, and that's all good stuff, man. That is all really good, and so that's part of the reason why I'm very loyal to Comic Quest is not so much their owners, but the employees, your Yvonnes and your Andrews and those people that are like, oh yeah, go talk to Octave. He'll do that for you. Like those guys help me out, whether they know it or not, and they point people to me, and like I'm eternally grateful to them for stuff like that. Let's see. Wow, this is crazy. There's a lot of the one downside to having double chats open is there's a lot of comments going by now. Um, let's see. Something's always got to give when you make choices. Talking about convention, when are we going to go? I want to start my Zombicide project and get them painted. Yeah, the next convention, I don't think there's any more conventions until Strategicon in February. There may be somebody trying to get a convention going late this year, but I don't think so. I don't think this year it's going to happen. I think he's looking more next year. Um, but yeah, we can look at stuff like that. Um, I should have been doing Inktober, but I'm not feeling it this year. That's a bummer. I thought about it too, Inktober, because it sounds really cool. And I don't draw. Like, I haven't drawn anything in a long time. I used to draw one thing when I was growing up. My brother, he's a good artist. Like he does, he'll do sketches and drawings and that kind of stuff. I was never really a very good artist per se. Um, but I wanted to do Inktober anyways, because like back in the day, I could draw a really mean Spider-Man, you know what I mean? And he could do flap flap. Oh, hey, Blade Wolf jumped back up to the YouTube side of the comment section. I like that my audience of 7 is so cool that they would jump across platforms. They'll follow me across Twitch and YouTube. But I yeah, Inktober does sound really cool. I saw that Tori's doing it, and I was like, that's kind of inspiring because Tori's like he'll tell you straight up, he's like, no, I'm not a sketch artist or anything like that, but he still does these cool little designs and stuff like that. So that's cool. Um, I want to I'll just do a sketch or a doodle or something at some point and just see, like, I'll participate in some way because that is fun. So just doing a little right now. I'm just doing a little bit of armor wash. Just give me a little definition around this. Believe it or not, there ain't much left to do here for her. I mean, she's looking pretty good. What convention are you looking to go to, Nelson? Yeah, well, the next one is Strategicon in February. And, full disclosure, Strategicon is fun. It's okay. It's just with, with me having to pick a few conventions each year. For me, it's going to be Kingdom Con, uh, Anime Expo, and I don't know what the third one is yet. So Strategicon kind of falls by the wayside a little bit. If I do a Strategicon, it will most likely be GameX in May because that's my birthday weekend. So, that's like a double thing for me. I get away for a day or two and just do some gaming, and then I get to go home and be with my family. Like, I'm a greedy bastard when it comes down to it, right? Because like I want to do that and come home and be with my family. Um, yeah, that probably makes me greedy, but you know, I I can deal. Let's see. Hopefully, I can make it to those 3 to play RPGs, but I've only been for a day each time. I've been thinking about something. I'm just gonna. Okay, we're gonna spitball. Where's Dizzy? Is she on? I don't know. She may have gone to sleep. Um, but here's what I've been thinking, and you guys, we can throw this idea around here for a little bit. Um, I have like a million painted chibi miniatures. Okay, I might be exaggerating a little bit. Okay, I have 500,000 painted chibi miniatures. Um, and they're all kinds of classes and all kinds of races and all kinds of um, things, right? And I was joking with my friends a while back that, like, you know, I could probably do an entire D&D campaign just with chibi miniatures. Like, we could just do like orcs. Okay, we'll just use kobolds instead, and we'll have SDE kobolds. Or you need a Kappa, we got a Kappa. You need Drow elves, we got Drow elves. You need whatever. Between my SDE and Ninja All Star collection. Hey, what's up, Cheddar Monkey? Um, well, what happened here? Did this widget? Okay. Anyway, um, between those 2 sets alone, like, I have enough to do a full, like, expansive campaign. And so what I was thinking was, what if we did one that you guys participated in? Hey, what's up, Adam Greenleaf Terrain? A lot of people are popping in right now. Hong Kong honky. Dude, you just called me a honky. I, do I look like a honky to you? I'm just anyway. Anyway, um, so the thought is, like, what if we figured out some way to do, maybe not like D&D. It would be like a light RPG where um where we would borrow some mechanics either from SDE or Ninja All Stars or something like that, but played something pretty hunkable. But something we'll call it persistent, right? We'll play something persistent on this channel. And uh, like each one of you guys that's a regular on the stream or whatever, you could register. Like you register to be part of this campaign, and then we go through and we pick a character. We pick a we pick an SDE or a Ninja All Stars miniature, and that's your character for the campaign, right? And that represents you playing in the campaign. So let's say somebody signs up and you say, okay, I want to play Shojo, and we develop some basic stats for Shojo. This is probably gonna use an SDE engine more than a Ninja All Stars engine. Although I do kind of like the Ninja All Stars combat engine, it's kind of interesting. Um, but we'll think it over. But anyways, so uh, you get this as your character, and so when you are on, so when we're gonna stream the game, your job is to tune into the game, and then and I confirm that you're here, then we put your character up, right? And your character runs around and you can make some decisions. You can make decisions in the chat or whatever, and then we just kind of play it out from there. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. This idea may or may not work, but I just think it would be cool to have that level of participation. Like, okay, well, on the Play It Painted campaign or whatever, I'm this character, and I have these equipment cards. Now, what I would have to do is I would have to have a game board or a state, like a semi-permanent board that I could keep, or snapshots of the character cards and their equipment. And we would play through, and depending on who showed up or who was scheduled to play that night, we play a game of an SDE campaign, and then we track individual stats, like which viewers had the most kills, who has collected the most loot, who's killed the most bosses, and then I award some prize at the end of it. Dude, I don't know. What do you guys think, man? Greenleaf Terrain's bending over. Hard gay hip magic. No, 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 we won't have any of this gaming jazz. Adam's like a cranky old Canadian dude, man. What do you think of Shojo? I think she's awesome. I love Shojo. She's so cool. Let's paint the black around her. Yeah, I think that would be cool. I mean, shit, I turned the camera on enough. Maybe we can make it a weekly thing, like every Wednesday night or something. Then we'll call it the super painted explorer or something like that. I don't know. We'll come up with some name. Somebody will come up with something. Adam will call it "Don't Game Bitches" or something like that. But yeah, that way it's like we're all kind of playing, and we all. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do, if you are interested, is at some point you're going to have to message me, or leave it. Don't leave it in the chat. Leave it in a permanent comment. So that way the guys that are watching this recorded version of this can leave a permanent comment and say, I would like to reserve this character. And for now, let's keep it to SDE characters, because there are some Ninja All-Star characters that are cool crossovers, but it's too difficult to there is no, I don't believe there is a SDE card for Shojo, unfortunately. But yeah, let's keep it to. So what you can do is you can look up Super Dungeon Explorer and look at the characters there from the core set, from any of the expansions. I have a good 99% of all the playable characters. I'm also going to ask though that we don't use the convertible mini bosses as characters because I need to be able to use those as mini bosses. So please no requests for like Captain R, as fun as that would be, or the what's his name, the Worm Claw, or the I forget his name. Um, because you can play like Gruesome George as a hero, but let's not do that. Let's stick with the classic heroes only. So only heroes that have only a hero card, not a villain card. And as I say that, I'm thinking, dude, what if you wanted to play Brave Mode Candy or any of the candies? Because the candies have 2 cards. I don't think the candies count as. I don't know. Did you pick up the Twilight SDE mini? I'd want to play her. Yes, I do have the Twilight SDE mini. Damn, that's a good one. Dude, you just got in quick. You're like, shit, I want that mini. That is like one of the best characters to reserve would be the Twilight Knight. Good call, dude. Damn. I would have been all over that too. Like, yeah, Twilight Knight mini for, yeah, let's do it. I did, and I still need to buy her. She's a cool mini. She is super hard to get. I couldn't believe how hard she was to get. Like, I got mine with the Forgotten King Kickstarter, but people ask me all the time, like, where did you get her? How do you get her? Yeah, Twilight Knight's fun. Yeah, nice grab there on the, you just said dibs on Twilight Knight. Really cool character too. There's so many fun heroes for SDE. I don't know who I would want to reserve. I really like that, um, the Dragon Scale Templar. He's that guy that's wearing like the Dragon Scale armor. That's an awesome playable hero. I also really like the Relic Knights crossovers. They re-released her. How do we choose which one we want to be? So you may have to do a little bit of research, but look at the SDE hero miniatures online. Like look at some of the cards. There's the original 8 from the classic Super Dungeon Explorer set, like the Barbarian or the Dwarf, the Elf Ranger. There's those guys which I have. There's if you look at like Vondrak Manor, that expansion, I have those heroes as well. Um, uh, there are the Relic Knights crossover heroes. I have those as well. Um, so I think the best thing, yeah, is to maybe do a little digging. Go to the Soda Pop, Soda Pop miniature store and look up some of the SDE products. I think online there may be some lists of what characters are playable as heroes in Super Dungeon Explorer, and then just like you can leave me a comment and say, do you have this miniature or whatever, and I can get back to you and let you know, okay, yeah, I have this miniature and I'll reserve that miniature for you. If you want to participate and you don't like really know or have a preference of what you want to play, let me know too, because then you'd be great for a candidate or a person who we would try to choose a specific hero for you in an effort to kind of balance out parties, right? So like if we had too many strength-based characters, then we're gonna want to do dex-based characters, or we're gonna want to do will-based characters like spellcasters and that kind of thing. You can also just say like, hey, I'm interested in playing a spellcaster. You can even say like, I'm interested in playing, an alchemist type character or an illusionist type character, and I can try to find you a general equivalent. So, another approach would be, think about what kind of character you might want to play for D&D. Wandering Minstrel. Nice. Nice. Yeah, good one, Adam. I love that. Oh man, I love the Bard. The Bard is, that's like one of the characters I would consider playing, you bastard. Just kidding. Yeah. Um, oh, nice. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, we'll put you in for balance. You'll most likely end up being a spellcaster or support type character. We'll see. Um, I don't know. Well, but yeah, so I don't know. We'll try it out, man. Maybe like not this Wednesday. I think this week, um, we're gonna try out Dragon Tides on this channel. So we'll be streaming some Dragon Tides. Do you have the mini? Can I paint one up and send it to you? I do have the mini. But if you are like that particular about it, like, no, you must play this paint miniature that I painted, we can work that out too. That would be kind of cool. I do have one painted. If you want it, if you want me to show it to you for approval, I can do that at some point, break out the box and show you what I have so we can look at. Okay, so let's see. So far, we've got a Bard and we have a Twilight Knight. The Bard he's kind of a balanced character. He uses he uses some strength for some of his attacks, but then he has some other abilities. I believe that he's will. So he's kind of a cool character. The Twilight Knight is mostly a strength-based character, so she's more along the lines of like a pure fighter type. So it looks like, if we get that's cool if you have it. I'm usually up late and usually tune in. You only played the core game. Yeah, let me you know what? Let me get another layer glaze down, and then let's break out some character cards, and we can start talking about the characters and stuff. I'm liking this idea. I think this is cool. I think this is cool. I may have to do a reward too, like, if you donate to Extra Life or whatever, I'll give you like a certain number of rerolls. Something like that. Which you guys probably deserve anyways, because if you have to sit there and watch me roll dice and fail on your behalf. Let's see. Okay, so let's break out the ever awesome SDE. Can we be on Discord or Skype or something? No, what you can do is the easier thing would actually just hop in the if you want to do voice VoIP, the easiest thing to do is just hook up your mic and then hop into a Hangout, because I'll just stream through a Hangout. That way you can just tell me, kind of like, that's how Dizzy plays with me. She just hops in the Hangout and we discuss what we're doing that way. Do you have Calico Kate? I certainly do, sir. Let's see what characters are here. I don't know if this is all of them. This doesn't seem like all of them. Let's see what we got. There's definitely a lot of characters here, but I don't think this is all of them. What? No, that can't be all of them. But let's see what we do have. We just flip through. You guys saw the miniature I painted tonight. It's all good. Any more? Anyways. Okay. Let's see what we got. So, yeah, this is what one of the characters that we played last time, the Tabby Brook Mage. She was awesome. I don't know, Dave, you might want to play her. She's freaking awesome. This guy's cool. Hidden Shrine Master. He's like the big baseball bat dude. He is a crossover from Ninja All-Star. Forgotten Kings with the Boo Booty box for 240. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, she has the guns, no Chizuki. Brave Mode Candy. Super fun fighter type character. If you want, for those of you who like Ghosts and Goblins, you got the Questing Knight. He's one of the core heroes for um, Forgotten King. I'm going to try to arrange these in some sort of manner. Here's some more Forgotten King core set. Princess Emerald, sniper type character. The Fey Alchemist is by far one of the coolest. Oh look, I found my Forgotten King card. So we have another boss card. That's good. The Fey Alchemist is one of the coolest spellcasting guys. Super fun playstyle. And then here's some of the classic. She's one of the classic heroes, Hexcast Orc. Awesome, awesome character. Here's a Relic Knights miniature, Codifier Kisa, another spellcaster. Classic Barbarian. Sebastian Cross, he's from Relic Knights also. Marie Claude, great character, really tanky fighter type character. Silver Chevalier. You know what I might do? We might put all the candies in a kind of put them all to the side, and then they would be like unlockable characters. So you could switch your character at some point. You can say, oh, we unlocked Brave Mode Candy, and you can say, okay, I'm playing a fighter, I'm gonna request to swap to Brave Mode Candy. This guy is from what is the name of that expansion? The one with Caverns of Roxor? Yeah. He's from the Caverns of Roxor expansion. He's the Star Guild Sapper. Limited edition mini Nyan Nyan. Super awesome character. I have no idea how I'm arranging these. Princess Ruby, also from Caverns of Roxor. Royal Paladin is one of the classic 8. You got Deeproot Scout. He is super fun. Love the Deeproot Scout. He's another Caverns of Roxor. The Mistborn Shaman, I'm not really sure. Wait, I think, does he come with the core box of Forgotten King? I forget. Maybe. He's definitely a Forgotten King release. I don't think I've ever, no, I think someone's played him. Well, he looks like, yeah, he's a willpower character, that like a really tanky caster. Here's what Adam was talking about. The Wandering Minstrel, he's the bard, and I love this character. He's super funny. He's got Feint as one of his core stats, and then he has a jaunty tune. He's got a bunch of support abilities. He's a super fun character. So I guess we're keeping. So this is who. Okay, so Adam's keeping that. I'm gonna kind of keep the ones that we're suggesting off to the side here. Thunderveil Huntress, also part of Forgotten King, kind of a centaur type character. Princess Malia, Relic Knights crossover. She's kind of a hybrid strength dex type character. Super speedy character. Kunoichi Candy will be added to the pile of unlockable candies. Royal Warden also. Forgotten King. Ranger Classic. One of the most powerful characters in the game, if you ask me. The Glimmer Dusk Ranger. Ninja Cola will be unlockable. Oh, it'd be super fun with this is because there are pets. If you guys get pets, you get to keep them throughout the whole campaign. This guy, Ninja Shrine Mystic, he's part of the Ninja Ambush expansion. Ember Mage is a classic hero. Dwarf is the Hearthsworn Fighter, also classic hero. The Riffling Rogue, classic hero. Soda Master Candy. Here's a classic candy. I don't know if I physically have. No, I still do. I physically do have the miniature for Soda Master Candy. So unlockable candy. One-shot Relic Knights. Von Wildling. We gotta find the the other card, the wolf card. He's part of the Von Drac. Calico Kate. Okay, so here's the one Cheddar Monkey was talking about. Super fun model. Again, fighter type model, but has a uses strength for her abilities, but she can throw bombs, which is cool. This nice little range 6 burst 1 bomb that she has is pretty awesome. Oh, I'm gonna put her to the side, because there's that. Outcast Succubus. We're probably not gonna play her because she's probably gonna be a mini boss. So we'll put her off to the most likely to be a mini boss side. Captain R is also gonna be a mini boss. Celestial Herald from Von Drac, nice support character. Good night, Albert. I played Arena Champion last game and loved her. She was awesome. Awesome character. And then also the Deep-Root Wolf Rider, another Dex-based character. Dizzy played the Deep-Root Wolf Rider in the last game, and she really enjoyed her as well. She ended up getting some really crazy gear, and she could basically cover the entire board by herself. That was pretty awesome. He's probably not going to be playable because he will probably be a mini boss. Yeah, Bunny was amazing. Do I have 2 different Ninja Colas? I don't know. Where's the rest? Yeah, there's a bunch of characters that aren't in here. The Dragon Blade, this guy is freaking awesome. This was another guy that, like, he would be one of my picks. Now, he's a little situational because a lot of his abilities are against dragon type opponents, but the model is just so damn cool. And he's a great little fighter type character. Let me see. I'm sure I've got the other cards here somewhere because I'm still missing. I'm missing the Twilight Knights card. And what else do I have here? That would super bum me out if we don't actually have those cards. Or they may be located in another bag or something. It's a little scary. Where's my Twilight Knight card? The treasure deck and the loot deck. Seem like there's, yeah, Twilight Knight comes to mind, and then there's some, I think there are some candies or something. These are all monster cards. So not in that pile. Yeah, I guess I'll have to find what did I do with the Twilight Knight card. I mean, I physically know where the miniature is located, so I'm not really worried about that. Ah, here we go. Here's some more. What are these? Aha, I found her. Is that? What are these? Let's find out who these guys are. Okay. So the Twilight Knight. Here's another strength-based character. I think I should play the Warden if there isn't. Yeah, right now there doesn't seem to be a ranged character yet. Super fun. I don't know why we have another Soda Master Candy. Kunoichi Candy, another unlockable. You gotta have your Miserable Toad cards. Then you got the Sister of Light. She's part of the Von Drac. Oh, we're not playing Gruesome. Wait, what was his name? I forget. One of the things. Oh, here we go. So here's the Polymorph Von Wilder as the wolf. Here's the Deep-Root Druid, who can also become the Angry Bear. That's a classic set. Wormclaw Templar. These will all be mini bosses, so we won't play those. Yeah, these are all mini bosses. You know who I'm missing? I'm missing that knight who has the little flag. That's who I'm missing. And she comes with the shoot, I forget what set. It was part of a Forgotten King expansion. But she isn't in here. Let's see if I can find her. She's like a little halfling. Like she's especially small for a chibi. I hope she shows up. I mean, she's most likely buried in these cards somewhere. Just go through these one more time. Yeah, but it does look like we're going to need some sort of ranged or dexterity based character. Captain R, Death Spectre. Okay. There's no reason why that character is missing either, or why her character card is missing, because it's not a character that I've ever really played. I just recall that I have that miniature, so her card has got to be somewhere in the pile of cards. Let's see. Show me the hardcore decks, guys. Okay, hold on one sec. I'm going to flip through this. I just want to be sure we have all of the available heroes. It would be crazy to try to play through the entire collection. But I'd be willing to try it. Like maybe we start in the classic dungeon. We start and fight Starfire. There's all the slimes. Rabid squirrels. There's Von Drac. Starfire. I don't have King Starfire. And I always kick myself about that. I should have jumped on the chance to get King Starfire back in the day. We're supposed to be getting another one with SDE Legends, but you know, hey, I don't even want to talk about how far back that project is delayed. So we're not even gonna get into it. Anyway, so there's all of those. Why is the Death Spectre just kind of a loose card right now? How's that little, she's a little tanky type character who seems to be gone. Yeah, well, let's see. Calico Kate. Are you missing the set with the Screaming Mushrooms? I am. Where are my Screaming Mushroom cards? Yeah, and well, I have the Glimmerwing card, but yeah, I don't see any of those. And I have all the models. Where would I have stuck those cards? I'm gonna have to look around for them. That's upsetting, because I really like those miniatures. It's super fun. That's a super fun set to play. No. Where would I have stuck all those? Bashful Boris. There's that. Okay. All right. So for now, let's go ahead and let's look at the Thank you for pointing that out. That is yeah, the female knight with the flag. So she's probably in with those cards somewhere. That's a little sad. It's just weird that who knows where those are. They could be buried in all my stuff. Okay, let's look at some. So you want to play like a dex-based character? Um, so let's see. Whoa, what happened? What did I do? What did I do? What happened? Oh, I accidentally deleted my camera because I have all the cards. One sec, guys. Apologies. Apologies. Let this stick. Whoa. See, suddenly, with all the cards on my desk. Okay, so let's go sources. Let's go video. And let's put that back in. And let's move. There we go. And let's open that all the way up. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. We lost the. Okay. So, oh no, here she is, the Silver Chevalier. Okay, but I'm still missing the arcade mode for those mushrooms. And I'm also missing the what's it called? The Stilltown stuff. The Stilltown monsters. Anyway, I didn't see that in there. So Royal Warden, he's a guy, the crossbow. He's a little more of a hybrid character because he can use strength or his dex. His dex, you can see, isn't very good, but when he fires his crossbow, he's a +1 dex. So he's kind of like a Link type character. So super fun, actually one of my favorites from the classic Forgotten King set. Then you also have Princess Emerald. She's definitely more of a pure dex type character, sniper. She has this really nice Bane Dex v Dex debuff, which is cool. The Riffling Rogue is she's technically a Dex-based character, but really more of a strength character. The Glimmer Dusk Ranger, like I said, probably the best pure Dex character in the game because of Sparkle Burst. And you know, Sparkle Burst, her ability to remedy, and then her Pixie Dust Potion is like an auto, like a self buff that she can apply, which is awesome. Deeproot Wolf Rider. Now we've got another hybrid type character. Good dex. The short range is more than made up for the super high movement and surefoot. And then you get some strength out of the deal too. Then you got Nochizuki, another true like dex-based character. Got this really cool Lance 8 attack with a pull. That's amazing. And she's just good all around, like buffer and dex type based character. We also have, I'm going to skip all the candies, from the Relic Knights group. Then you have One Shot. It's really cool sniper character. Now Lance 8, but with a push, and then another focus shot for 2. So more of like damage, like pure range DPS, if anything. And then Princess Malia, she's definitely more of the hybrid style character. She does use strength, but then she also has the 2 red dex and then a 2 action energy blast. So, you know, maybe not so much pure dex because everything that her ranged attack really is a 2 action. But with that movement 8, you know, she can cover a lot of ground. So let's see, what else do we have here? Celestial Herald is more of a healer support, so you get. She does have a reasonably good dex in a range 6 arrow shot, and she has a couple of pretty good attack shots as well. So she's a pretty cool character. Kind of tanky, immune to knockdown, and has fly. Here's Link, another one of my all-time favorite ranged characters, because he can, again, he's a hybrid character. Strength, he uses strength for his sword, but then also has a standard 6 range shot off of 3 decks, which is cool. Anything else here? I forgot Thunderveil Huntress, but she's not a dex character. I think that's it for the dex-based characters. You know, wow, it's really starting to bug me. Where did those monster cards go? I'll have to find them. Anyway, yeah, give it some thought. I don't know. I would look at, well, I can't tell you. There's too many cool ones. There's too many cool ones. You may use Deeproot Scout because of the heal. Oh, that's I just had him. Where'd we go? Where'd we go? Yeah, Deeproot Scout has heal 2. That's super useful. He's just awesome. And Acorn Bomb. He's just awesome in any party. So I'll reserve him for you. And then, you know, if you change your mind before we get started, that's fine too. And then we'll ask, I'm sure Dizzy fell asleep, but we'll ask her what she would want to play. And then Nelson, I'm not sure if you want to play too. We can reserve a spot for you too. And then I'd say we just sort of pug it, right? And so the first, I only want to handle 3 players at a time, because I think more than that, it gets messy. So I don't know. We'll see what we can do, but I think we want to try to keep to 3 players. If it ends up being kind of suck, like you hopped on late and you're like, damn, I really wanted to play tonight, but you know, I hopped on late and we really only want to tackle 3 heroes at a time, I'll see if we can, I don't know. I'll consider that a flexible rule. Maybe we can go to 4. But yeah. Okay. So Nelson will be thinking about a character you might want to play. Cool. I should actually finish up the Kappa here. He's pretty much, I mean, he's getting there. He's getting there. He's getting pretty close to done. Let me do one more ink wash on him. Did I? I guess I did wash that. So yeah, that should be fun, I think, right? Should be a fun thing that we can do, since this is our little island here, and since you guys are as regular viewing as I am streaming, why not? Wow, I just suddenly went full on cartoon mode with Kappa. feather out the top. I bet Dizzy will love the idea. I think she will too, because we've been talking about that too. Like, hey, let's try to bring on some more people to game with us. I still need the Vondrak set for Super Dungeon since I have the zombie party. Yeah, it's driving me nuts. I want to be able to field the Swampies and the Shaman and all that stuff too, and all the mushroom stuff. Because that's all super fun. All that stuff is super cool. Just take a little damp brush. Because Halloween parties would love that. It's true. I mean, it's actually kind of nice so we can be doing stuff like that, streaming into October. So this guy, this Kappa, one of the reasons why I painted him is I wanted to have, this is for Dizzy's Orktober thing that she's doing. It's a Facebook group, so if you want to be added to the Facebook group, I can help you with that. Shoot me a message or whatever. We can add you to the group. The idea is she's trying to get people to paint up orcs during the month of October. Now, I don't own any orcs, so I have an issue. I don't own any orcs, and it just doesn't make sense for me to go out and buy orcs for this, although I still might do it. Might just do one or two fun orcs. But I do own orc-like things, right? So I guess I'll call my specific level of participation, I'm going to call it passable orcs, right? So these are monsters that might play off as an orc, like this Kappa, if you're not paying attention to his shell, right? He looks kind of orky, right? He's got the green skin and the red eyes and all this. He's kind of orky. So he's kind of my first entry in Orktober. Another thing, because I want to also involve night models, is I'll paint a parademon. I might paint two parademons, give them to Nelson or something, and paint those up, and those look like orcs in like gold armor. So there's another passable orc, right? So that's kind of my theme, is I'm going to paint stuff that kind of looks like orcs or could be construed as orcs. I think parademons kind of look like orcs. Orc and Mindy, that's funny. Mork calling Orson. Come in, Orson. I love that show. I even like Jonathan Winters on that show. Like I genuinely liked that show. That was awesome. I like the lessons about humans at the end that he had to give Orson, like in his reports. Oh, No Empire. Hey, that's a good one. I don't have any No Empire. Well, I might. I'll have to look. I also have I have like some Mistborn Coast trolls, which also look quite orky, that I can paint those. So I'm just gonna kind of bounce around and paint stuff that, like I said, passable trolls or passable orcs. So he's pretty simple. Not much to report here. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really starting to like this SDE idea. We might even if we really want to get weird, we might even do like some arena face-offs too, where a couple of players can face off on an arena map or something like that. Porks. I don't even know what. I think you were trying to say. I think you were trying to say space orcs, sporks. But it was just the P, so sporks. But I don't know. I thought it was funny. Does he need? Should we do like an additional highlight around around the ridges of his eyes or anything like that? I mean, he looks pretty cool, like pretty subtle as is. Passable orcs, porks. Okay, that is super funny. Um, I could try, like I could do really thin highlights on him. Maybe we'll do that. Let's do that. Just give us one more thing to fidget with. I mean, just I don't feel like we did quite enough on this poor guy. What kind of pork would he be if I didn't feel like we had sufficient highlights on him? Porks. Passable orcs. Yeah, let's do. So we're gonna do a little livery green. We're just gonna do a little like edge highlight, just enough to kind of convince you. Like, I want people to think that I spent a lot of time on this. But you guys watched, like you watched me do this start to finish. You know I kind of flubbed around a bit. We talked about SDE shit and all that kind of stuff. Do some highlighting around his beak. Like, you could paint an orange mask over his eyes. Which one would that be? Raphael? I forget. I forget that, right? Leonardo is blue, right? Donatello is purple. That Raphael was Raphael's red, right? So that makes this guy this guy would be Michelangelo if he had the orange. I forget. I'm sorry, I'm not that big of a turtle follower. Yeah, Mikey. Okay, cool. Okay, good. I got that right. That's good. It took some deduction to get me there, but I got it. There. It's going to give him a little more character on his face. Right? Just a little more. You don't want to be a turd. We're just going to feather out this highlight there. And then if that's not working, gently blend in a little more. Okay. Turtle nerd. Is that what they're called? They're called turds? Oh, you're on a bet. Okay. So you're just throwing like random puns out. Always gotta have the puns, dude. Gotta. I am bummed that they don't have SDE cards for all these, because I have a bunch of Ninja All-Stars characters I would want to run in this little campaign. Ooh. Why, thank you. Very organic. That Blade Wolf shoots from the hip, man. Gotta be quick. So just a little bit of interest there. Not so sure how I feel about this whole situation up here. It's kind of good, but it looks a little awkward. It's not perfectly shaped up there. But I don't know. His face has really good character to it now, with that little bit of highlighting in there. Carbon keeps the nuclear fission away. Yeah. Like this Kappa has good. He's got good features right now. He's seen some stuff. That's what I like to say. Kappa. Okay, cool. I think I'm good with that for now. Yeah. What should I forgot. I thought we were talking. What am I gonna paint tomorrow? What was I gonna paint? I might paint the Comic Quest Mini of the Month. Is that right? Am I gonna do something like that? Probably. Probably. Um, it's not the most inspiring model. I'm a little disappointed by that choice for the Comic Quest Mini of the Month. Well, let me show it to you guys real quick before we sign off here. I'm just loving the ability to get up, walk across the game room back here, and pull the mini. So here it is. It's the salty dog. So it's like a sea pirate undead dog. And it's okay. It's a 2-piece mini. It looks like there's going to be some fun things we can do with the basing. But you know, I don't know. I think, yeah, it's got good textures to it. So, you know, it's a good exercise in picking up texture and highlighting and that kind of thing. Probably a good model for more novice painters and hobbyists. So, anyway, I wonder if the Koopa are based on. Anyway, okay. So on that note, yeah, it is late, my friends, and I've got to get up early tomorrow morning. So I think we're gonna call it here. I totally stoked on this whole super dungeon idea here. So we'll do that, and you guys have we have our preliminary characters picked. We'll see who else needs to pick. Lucchesi, I will we'll probably assign a spellcaster for you, or I'll just say, you know, pick a spellcaster. And there's some really good ones. I think Tabby Brook Mage though might be your character. So anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching. Have a good night, guys. And thanks for sticking with it. We'll catch you on the next one.